Hello, what is good, y'all? We are back after I don't even know.
Several months. Uh,
I don't even know.
um,
Life was happening.
life is on.
Life was going down. But it's your boy IODO.
Handsome man Andre.
We are back with the DO Dre and Beyond podcast, and it feels kind of good talking to
Feels
y'all.
very good. Always does feel good.
But like I said, like
Long
yeah,
hiatus.
life was happening.
Yeah.
It's not like I forgot. I was trying to fit it in, just couldn't.
Yeah, a lot of new major developments. So it was a lot.
Dang. But
Which
anyway,
culminated with me getting quick side note. Quick side note. I also did manage to get some Comic Con tickets over the weekend. But yeah, that's it.
oh,
Yeah.
you got it. What is Comic Con this year?
Same. Jacob Javits Center. Just a matter of well, funny enough, the pre-sale came. Verification of pre-sale happened,
Okay.
and you're supposed to wake up for it at 10 a.m. Like be there on the dot. That did not happen. That's for me. I woke up there like it was like 11, near 12. My friend told me, "Yeah, man, it's looking kind of rough. But you can still go on the link and try." I was like, "All right, fine." Even though I'm not going to get anything,
All
I have to
right.
wait again. And then sure enough, I got on there within 30 seconds. I got on. I got in the queue and bought my tickets.
And this is in October.
Yes, October, I think 6th to the 9th.
Okay, 6th to the 9th.
Because now we're always including Thursday. So we're going
Dang.
Thursday to Sunday.
Huh.
But I did not buy any tickets for Thursday. Ironically, I could have bought for the first time ever in my life VIP tickets.
Oh.
It was actually still available. I was shocked when they were saying it was all sold out. My friend said it was sold out. And you said, oh, Friday's probably almost completely gone. Saturday might be gone too. And then sure, if I go in there, everything's available for me to grab it right now if I wanted to. But
Oh, that's lit. I got VIP tickets for DreamCon this July.
oh, nice,
That's gonna be
nice.
nice. Dang, I don't think I could get to Comic Con though because I think I'm gonna have surgery around that time.
Yep.
So
Yeah, man. That's gonna be a pre-album.
Anime NYC I could probably go to, but
Yeah, that's
DreamCon,
still on sale, by the way.
yeah, DreamCon I think I'm gonna dub that and just recover my shoulder.
Oh, really?
So, but I might go to the other one.
Damn. So you might have to just refund that DreamCon. Damn.
I mean, not DreamCon, Comic Con.
Oh, Colin. Oh,
I'm
about shit.
going. I'm
I was
going to
confused. I was
DreamCon.
confused. Oh, okay.
I'm going to DreamCon.
Okay. Very
I'm
good.
going to go see
Okay.
RDC World, but
Oh, okay then.
Comic Con that might be a dub this year, unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is.
But hey, I'll have a shoulder again. That's what matters.
Exactly. Yeah, two functioning shoulders. That's the important part.
Anyway,
Yes.
topic today. See, that wasn't even a topic, guys. We just chatting.
Nothing at all.
Topic today is music. Everyone
Yeah.
should love it, unless you're a weirdo. No disrespect. Um,
Like that didn't sound like disrespect at all. It's all
it was very respectful.
yeah, very respectful disrespect. Yes, okay.
But what you be listening to nowadays, Dre?
Oh well, generally I always like to say it's a mix. But a lot of times my music tends to come down to more of like rock, alternative rock. If I'm gonna really talk about like alternative rock, maybe heavy metal in some cases. Um, I don't really listen to screamo. I don't really listen to that.
Okay.
Um, new metal, no, I haven't. But yes, around that genre. Rap, not so much anymore. Like I listen to a few key people, like Hobson. I still listen to him, uh, and like, but that's about pretty much where my music goes from.
Okay. Um, dang, I listen to almost everything. I I listen to rap, R&B, hip hop,
Mm.
rock. I listen to alternative. I listen to K-pop, J-pop.
Oh, now
Uh,
K-pop's really good too.
yeah.
That's really good. I'll admit that. Just like like I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Coughing. But I think for me, I just can't do it. I can't broaden my. Well, I do broaden, but I just said like it's like if I'm going to stop and think or work out, I'm going to put on rock. Like I still like that's about it. Everything else I'll listen to on the side.
Yo, what's good, Sir Poncho? You're right. I got the long hair now. I got a whole afro. It took years, but I got it.
I ain't rocking it, bro.
Yeah, I got the fro right now. Yeah, but how do you think? What's your music taste like? How did you think like it started out? How did it like go to like being mostly rock alternative?
Well, you see, it's funny you mentioned that because when I was growing up, like my mom had a bunch of like these like mixtapes that she found. I don't know how, and she had like all these CDs. Now these CDs were not with rock or anything. It was actually mainly it was country. Like it was
Country.
yeah, it was a lot of country music going on in the house.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I know how it is. And to be honest with you, you wouldn't be surprised with like any Caribbean households like listen to country sometimes. Like it kind of just rolls into it somehow, and then here we are, right? Like,
Yeah.
but that's a lot. That's a lot of like what would happen.
Facts, Sir Poncho, RP Chester. In my chat, Sir Poncho was like Linkin Park top two,
Linkin
but
Park was a good band, but yeah, like I grew up listening to Randy Travis. He is a country singer.
Randy Travis. I do
Yeah,
know him.
yeah. Like I grew up listening to that ironically, and then alongside with that, Tupac. You can ask me how those two coincide in a childhood.
Listen,
Could never
I
answer that.
listen. I'll never judge anyone from going from that to Tupac or anything else because my playlist is all over the place.
You know, like it was different. Like I literally grew up on that. Like with Travis Scott, there's like two albums in the house. And he had Tupac with two albums in the house. And then that's when we shifted into Backstreet Boys.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, where we had their Fade to Black album. I remember that one. Then now that was like from like what elementary essentially, just elementary school, and then junior high is where like I tried to listen to other stuff. That's when I got to listen to uh more rap, and that's when I started listening to Ludacris, and
Hey, Ludacris.
and then it was initially what just me like listening to other stuff that like my other friends would just put me on and stuff like that. And that's essentially just how it was working. Like for a good amount of time, like it was just that. And then high school was where, yeah, you hear rap, but like now it started to change into me listening to rock. That happened, I think, mainly when I started playing video games, especially like SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, a lot of rock there.
Yeah, so like, and then one of the music, like one of the bands that grabbed me there was Breaking Benjamin,
Oh, I
and
love Breaking Benjamin
yeah, like,
in high school years.
oh man, like I had almost all their albums. Straight up, I almost had all their albums. To this day, I've actually just slacked because like I don't have their two latest albums, but yeah, like that's essentially the band I listened to for a lot, and then I just went from 3 Days Grace, Three Doors Down. Oh man, there's so many I can't even remember on top of my head right now. Um,
Facts on freaking
Rise Against, there we go. That's another one too.
yeah,
Lincoln Park, obviously, but
of
yeah.
course Linkin Park. Freaking with Breaking Benjamin, freaking I don't know if a lot of you people remember, but on your TV there was a channel called Music Choice.
Hmm.
And then they have Music Choice on demand, for people who had cable, who has cable. And Breaking Benjamin just had this one song, Diary of Jane, that
Yes.
I listened to
Yeah.
religiously.
Everyone listened to it
I mean, like,
consecutively.
Why is this song so damn good for?
That's what made like so, like honestly, I remember like my English teacher in well one of my English teachers in high school. He from what I remember, I think he actually got like the album that was on. It was okay, so they had Phobia, yes, yeah, because I remember Diary Jane was on the album Phobia for Breaking Benjamin, and that was the one album he got from. That's what made him get the album because that song was that good. It made him get the album.
Yeah,
Like me, like I enjoyed all this. I enjoyed like the first album I remember was like Saturate. First album was Saturate, and then it was We Are Not Alone. Then Phobia. Then it was Dear Agony, and after that, it was a bit weird because that's when if everyone knows about it. They broke up. Like Benjamin Burnley, the lead singer and guitarist, like fired everyone. But he wasn't the lead guitarist. He was rhythm guitarist. But so he fired everyone.
okay.
Yeah, because of a whole mishap that happened. You can read that up. I won't go into it here, but yeah, like it was interesting. So he formed a new band after going on hiatus and released two new albums. They're not bad, and they still keep the similar feel of what Breaking Benjamin is. But it's yeah, I mean, I still listen to it. It's
Yeah,
feels weird now knowing that like people that I literally saw for like several albums suddenly disappear. So
yeah,
with the exception of the drummer changed a lot. But yeah, that's literally how I grew up. And then like now, I could listen to anything. I mean, now it's more recent where I actually discovered K-pop. I discovered K-pop when I was in college, but then that's like one of the things I listen to now. And now you'll see me just like listen to like musical scores and stuff like that.
yeah,
Ironically, because it just is what it is.
yeah. I listen to classical music. I listen to lo-fi, house music. Like, there's a
Hmm.
ton of music. Freaking, the way I grew up was freaking. I grew up in mainly hood environment, so this was just nothing but rap playing and stuff.
Ah, yeah.
So that's what I like grew up with, and I fell in love with rap. Was freaking. There was one album I got for Christmas on my new CD player, and it was freaking 50 Cent, "Get Rich or Die Trying." When I tell you that was one of the greatest albums ever. Oh man, that album was amazing. Like I
Oh
bumped
boy.
that every single day. I'm here like 50 Cent was really one of my favorite rappers growing up. It was
Mm.
over. And then you had a bunch of like old school music in my household and like with a bunch of R&B and so Luther Vandross and everyone like that. So I had that experience growing up too. So for me, I never like I've grew up like in the world of new school and old school of like the black community like type of music. So that's how everything happened to me. But then when I got to like let's say middle school,
Hmm.
I discovered I finally decided to watch anime.
Yeah.
Because before I was like, oh, anime is stupid error. I was dumb.
Mm.
I finally watched one episode of Naruto. I'm like, this is amazing.
That happened to so many people. Like,
This-
if you ask anybody from the hood that likes anime why they started watching anime, they're almost certainly going to tell you it was Naruto. They won't tell you Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z came way later. It was Naruto.
yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z, but like for me, for some reason, while I was watching Dragon Ball Z, I didn't really like realize it was like an anime, really,
That's
because
exactly
but it
and
was lit. It was amazing. Like Dragon Ball Z was
no,
lit, but
no one
then
thought about it as that. No one clarified it as anime for some people for some reason. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
for some reason I don't know, but like, but then like it's like I think it's like a kids thing. It's like the shows you watch growing up, it doesn't really feel like an anime to you because like it just goes along with every other cartoon you're watching.
Hmm.
And then Dragon Ball Z was like a staple cartoon kind of. But I
Yeah.
mean, now for someone who watches anime, you won't call it a cartoon, you'll call it an anime. But like growing
Hmm.
up as a kid, you don't really see it like that. But like
Yeah.
when I learned what anime was, Naruto was the first one I watched. And
Mhm.
the first episode I watched was the tuning exams fights. And
Yep.
they was getting it cracking. I'm here like, yo, this is
Mhm.
amazing. And then along with watching like Naruto and anime and stuff, you hear like the anime openings
Oh
and
yeah.
everything. And they sounded so good. I'm here like, yo, I'm not really understanding what y'all saying, but it sounds amazing. And I that's how I kind of got into like the J-pop and K-pop and everything like that cuz I started seeking out more music like that. And then
Mhm.
like and of course during like middle school, high school and everything, I got into like rock and alternative rock and everything like that because of bands like Linkin Park and Paramore and stuff
Ah
like that.
yes, Paramore.
And then
Mhm.
when I joined the football team, I started getting into like the heavier rock because that's what we worked out to.
Oh yeah.
So like Avenged Sevenfold and everything like that. So that's how like rock kind of got introduced, is like working out with the football team and everything. And let's face it, like Haley Williams of Paramore has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard.
Mhm.
So like those was what I started to enjoy, and like ever since then, it kind of like ever since like being able to listen to like K-pop and like rock music, I was able to like get this entire palette of different musics. I never let anything like any barrier like stop me from listening to something. So whatever I
Mhm.
enjoyed, I just listened to. So that's kind of how I got introduced to music myself.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah. Let's see, that's and that right there shows like how weird life can be, like how you just like fall into music in various portions of life. Like you just don't know how it's gonna come up.
Yeah, definitely over the years, like your music taste like evolves a lot.
It
Like
really does.
for me, like some people like when their music taste like evolves, it kind of like they kind of leave things behind sometimes. Like
Yeah,
their
I agree with
taste
that.
changes. For
Mhm.
me, nothing like my taste never really changes. It just like gets added to it. So like I'm still listening to things like I listened to as a kid and growing up, like and everything just gets added to what I'm listening to,
Mhm.
which I really like because like it allows me to like listen to many people's like songs that they enjoy. It allows me to like be a part of like many different groups in there and sometimes their cultures, so like for their music, and like I'm always like enjoying it if I like it.
Mm. Yeah. Like for me, it's like I don't know. It's weird because like initially I was kind of like the lone man when it came to like music growing up. So like I didn't really have much relation to that growing up until like at least like high school at the very least because from there high school you started beginning to see more people wanting to listen to other things
Yeah.
and the like and that's where again like where I got rock music going on but then you still have the little odd things like before that like where you talk about rock music people will look at you weird they'll be like what is that I still remember to this day when I was in an iPhone store, right? Not iPhone store, Apple store. um, and they had like like certain music playing on like iPhones or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So one of the songs that was on was "Carry On My Wayward Son" by Kansas.
Classic.
Great classic. And this kid was around it, right? This little kid listened to it, and I'm enjoying the song, and then like he's like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm trying to find a song on here, dude, but they always got this bum ass song playing. I'm like, yo, this is
Boy,
wild. Yeah,
that
it's
song, that
so
how would you say about
like legit. Like
what's
his
up,
bro was
Rosa
looking at him
from
like,
the
yo,
nose?
like
Let me stop.
he's like, what you doing? He's like, "What you doing?" Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a song. He's playing this bum ass song on his phone. I'm like, yo, it's
You
crazy.
uncultured swine.
I literally looked at him immediately. I was like, ah, like I was just like,
The
ah,
lack of taste.
oh, I'm like, damn. Like it, but I'll admit one thing though. It does let me show that like, despite everything, we still in that era where like, if you come from a certain sect in in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
a certain neighborhood, like there's certain music that will just sound trash regardless.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I feel like where you grow up is a big part of like what shapes your music taste. Because like
Hmm.
if you're not around other people's taste of music or anything like that, and you don't go
Yeah.
out and seek it, then you're like stuck in your own genre, which is, I mean, it's fine, but it's like I feel like it limits you a lot. And then like, but the only problem I have with that is like people who's in that sect, they
Hmm.
kind of like try to put you in one too,
Oh yeah.
because they like see you and listening to like this other style of music, and they're like, why you listening to that trash, or like they try to like push you down instead of like them trying to give it a listen. They try to like shame you for like enjoying other things. It's like you're not allowed to enjoy other things because you're from here,
Exactly.
and
Hmm.
people from here, we listen to this. It's like, um I but
Which is
music is
ridiculous.
worldwide. So it's like,
Exactly.
if music is worldwide, why am I listening to just one set of music from one place? That's like very limiting.
Yeah, because of whoever you're talking to, that's what they listen to, and they're just not looking to expand.
Yeah,
That's essentially what
and
it is.
I'm not saying like listen to what you want to listen to. Like go ahead, like, but like don't shade me because I enjoy all this other type of music. Like it's not bad music. You just never been around it. And if you listen to it and you don't care for it, then that's fine too. Like, but
Hmm.
everyone has their own preference. I just have very many preferences on when it comes to music.
Exactly. Like it's just one of those things that just keep happening. I don't know. It's a weird it's a weird way of life. But I mean, here we are.
But music also is one of those things that really allows a person to be like independent and find like their style and who they are. Music is very freeing in that way.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like I think when I was starting to actually exercise more, and like it was just like me starting to slowly understand what it meant to actually exercise, like what it meant to hold down a routine. I tried using hip hop, no, like to try and rap to no to try and like work out too, but I couldn't do it. Like some people do, they love it,
Yeah.
but I just can't do it. It just feels weird for me to really work out to that. So
Mhm.
I just go ahead and I just switch up. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and do something else. And that's where I started listening to a whole bunch of like rock music that I just have playing around in the background while I exercise.
Now that rock music really does get you going though. It'd
Yeah,
be it'd be
exactly.
crazy. But for me,
Mhm.
like rock music and like a good rap song will get me going. But like I know like working out to a bunch of rock music for like 4 years in high school, it really like puts adrenaline into you.
Most definitely. Like, yeah, now don't get me wrong. Like, there's some songs that like would really put a joint into you. That's not rock, obviously. I
Yeah.
get that, but for me, it's just that's what it was. Cause like I try listening to certain songs. Like there are certain rap songs that will get me into it, but I'm not gonna be able to make a playlist out of it.
Yeah.
That's just it. And I'm not. I really can't afford to have this one song on repeat for the next 45.
Yeah.
So or however long I even go for my workout sometimes. So like it's like yeah, no.
Yo, but not not rap related. I just thought of something. Freaking my friend, when we playing Call of Duty,
Hmm.
like when I think we used to do Black Ops or whatever, Black Ops 2. This man used to drop 100 kill games listening to Boys to Men. Like you would not expect Boys to Men to get a man
Oh.
focused, but like we used to go out there. He's like, "Yo, I'm about to put on this Boys to Men, drop 100." I'm like, "What?" He does it while listening to like on bended knee. I'm here like, imagine getting shot by a man while he's humming on bended knee to you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm here like this dude's a
Can
different
imagine just
breed.
like hearing. I can imagine hearing gunshots. All you hear is like da 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 da
Exactly.
da da da. Like,
Exactly.
God.
This man said Boys to Men's my
Why
go-to when
hit
playing
the
duty.
moon? I can't. You know,
This is-
no, that's horrible.
every
Like,
time every time he says, "Yo, I'm about to go off," he be like, "I'm about to put on that on bended knee." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." At least I know we're about to win.
oh my gosh, it's like I couldn't really do that. Like I've played some games that like to see if I can actually play audio with it. But thing is, the games I play require you to listen.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So like, if I play that music, I am going to die 100% because I can't hear anything else but what's banging through my ears right now. Like I will immediately die to someone slow creeping on me. Like so, I don't know. But great for him though. Bended knee, yeah,
Because
that's
like
right.
music is a whole different breed. Like you don't know how it's going to affect you.
Yeah, I can see
Like so
that.
how some people can like study listen to classical music, but some people can study to listen to hard rock. Like
Oh man, for
it's
me it was
all
always a
like a
very
preference. Like
yeah. It was a big varying thing for me. Like especially if like if you were like upset or sad, like stuff like that. Like it would vary for which music I would listen to because it really could be any song I'll listen to
oh
if
yeah,
I'm just in a mood set. I don't know. I found myself listening to rap when I'm actually in a certain mood. I'll
yeah,
be honest with that. Like more than like if it's anything else.
yeah. That's another thing. Feelings and emotions and stuff plays a huge part with music.
Hmm.
Like if you're feeling a certain way, you're gonna listen to certain types of songs. Like if
Exactly.
and music has the power to either like leave you in that mood or even take you out of that mood, depending on what you're listening to.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. 'Cause I just don't have like any other way I can describe it. Like um. Cause like I'll listen to like certain rap songs like when I'm like feeling upbeat and all that stuff, but
yeah,
like I see myself listening to rap when more of like I'm like angry, more so than anything. Not with rock per se. It's
yeah,
really just to get aggressive for a workout, but not so much like I'm angry. Not
yeah.
to say I have listened to rock when I'm angry, but like it's just like I like on more times than not, like I can see myself transition to another song if I'm in a certain mood set.
For me, if I'm there are times where like I'm sad, but I want to feel sad for some reason. Like
Oh,
I want
those
to
random.
be with that feeling for a little bit. I listen to like some slow songs or something like that. But like if I'm like the sad and I want to get out of it, like
Mhm.
I would just bump like some rap music and then let's like just go
Mm.
off.
I don't know, like it's
And I'm
one of
talking
those
about
things.
that ignorant rap music, like
Oh no, I see.
that that true hood rap music,
No, I can't. No, I
and
can't do
that
that.
would really take me out of a mood.
I can't. No, I can't
I
do
would go
that.
right to SOBRBE and
It's
they gonna
weird. It's
cheer me
weird.
up.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't do that at all. No way. But but like no feeling sour, like wanting to be sad. It's a weird thing because like some people, like I've heard that term many times. Like how like depending on like it could be a great day, but then
Yeah,
some people will end up blasting "Here Without You" by Three Doors Down.
yeah.
So, and it's funny because there's mixed songs, there's mixed feelings to that because the lead singer of Three Doors Down, he mentioned that like the song wasn't meant to be sad. It wasn't meant to be that way. It was meant to be more like in a way of like celebration of love in its own way, like how like he may not be with her now, but like at that
Yeah.
moment, she's always with him, in his thoughts at least. Like when he's out, like when he's like away, like and he still has his thoughts of her, so
Yeah.
he can still be with her and all. So like it wasn't supposed to be really particularly sad. It just came off that way, and I don't think he realized like where that was going because like now that's like a big song for whatever someone's like remembering someone that they've lost or whatnot, and like that's what it's been tied to now. Or like if you go through a breakup, you're gonna hear someone blast that right away.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that like you just wouldn't expect. But yeah, like people listen to that and you're like, it's kind of a sad song, despite what the lead singer meant. It's still one
Yeah.
of those songs, and people still listen to it, and they had a great day. They had a great day, but it just
Mm.
like that just starts
Yeah.
blasting the room.
Yeah. There's gonna be moments where like you really do have a good day, or like, but you just want to feel that feeling for some reason. I mean,
Hmm.
that's like it's a weird thing to say or think about, but it's like you follow what you feel. It's like, huh?
Yeah,
I not kind of want to put myself in this mood right now.
yeah. It's a bit of a way where, well, I personally believe like it's kind of like when we are in moments like that. It's like we're. It's not much so much like you want to be sad. It's more of like we're trying to process something a little bit,
Yeah.
just for the sake of it, in a natural environment,
Yeah.
in a proper environment, and then proceed to go on about the day. But
Yeah,
it's
definitely. It's
yeah,
like I want like how can I process this better? Like it then like sadness will help me process it better.
yeah,
Or
because like it's
loneliness or like love will help me process this feeling better.
yeah, because it's not a matter of like it being a situation where they're actually sad deep down. It's more of like there may be something going on that like they subconsciously kind of want to just like find a way to deal with it, and that's how their mind is processing
A lot of
instead.
times my love feeling puts me into a sad mood.
and
And then I go to Taylor Swift.
then here we are. Yep.
And
So,
then
so
here I am, lying in my bed, listening to Taylor Swift. Enchanted.
see, that's just kind of how things work. That's just how this
This is
works.
how
I
it
don't know how.
happens.
Hmm. It's weird, but that's how that's
Like,
how life
why am I listening to Rihanna about her cheating on someone? I ain't never cheated in my life.
works.
But here I am, being
Yeah,
unapologetic.
exactly.
And
But
where music is just so weird how that works.
yeah, but I mean, that's how it's just kind of is. Like, there's not too much of a clear definition on it. It's supposed to make you feel, and it brings out any kind of emotion. That's what I mean. That's kind of what is shown in our whole conversation today. Like, excuse me, but it's more of like just showing like how much emotions play in everything that we do, and how music is specifically designed to help with that
Yeah, it helps
process.
process it, can help push your feelings forward. Yeah, like
Yeah,
music is a very powerful tool in this world.
yeah, and it's something that you just see play a lot. Like it's even in some protests, like you'll actually see someone just out there playing music in the middle of a protest. Like that's how big that is. Like
Yeah.
it's ironic. Like even with that little meme, I don't know if anyone's actually seen that meme, but like there's like a whole protest going on somewhere around the world, and there's this random guy on his saxophone playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
that's just it.
yeah, and that also plays into like friggin' old school like war where they had like the marching drums and everything.
Yeah, because ironically, like it's just like leading yourself in the battle, like having some kind of music to set the tone, to set the mood.
Yeah, that was a very important job to like set that tone, like, or to put fear into the opponent's heart. Like they hear these drums and all of a sudden they know you're coming. It's like, oh my god, like that happens. Like you see it in sports too, like, and especially in like high school sports where they they have their own like battle cry music or whatever to try to like throw the opponent off and things like that.
Exactly. Like it's just oof,
I
how
remember like I was playing like a football game and like the opposing team, like their whole crowd was like doing this damn song. I mean, I chuckled because that doesn't work on me, but it kind of just pissed me off to beat them even more. But yeah, but it was meant to intimidate. It was meant to like show some type of dominance over the opponent.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of how that
They
works. Like,
lost by 40, if anyone was wondering. It didn't work.
but it's still something that people try. It's
Yeah,
like it's just how it works.
competitive advantage. Music can be used to get on a competitive advantage on people.
It may not always work, but I mean that's just kind of
May
how
not
it
always
goes.
work, but it can be a tool to do that. It can be a tool for torture. It can be a tool for a lot of things.
hmm
It all depends on like how do you see music, and what mood are you in for the music.
Yeah, and essentially.
So going back a little bit, do you how can I word this? Do you care what people think about like your music taste at all, or like have anyone tried to like clown you or anything? Like, do you care if that like happens?
Mm. Well, now I don't care about it. Like looking back, like back then, like if I was in like elementary, junior high, even in like high school to a bit, like I cared a little, like well not a little bit, a lot at the time, on like what people thought I listened to. Hence why, like when I was in elementary to junior high, like it was a lot of me just like listening to what I was surrounded by, which was essentially just a lot of rap. Like that's
Yeah,
really what it was, and like all these different artists, R&B, and so on and so forth. And that was initially the case, and it's weird. Like I just like I was like, oh man, I gotta know who this is. I gotta listen to that. I gotta be around this. Even when like you realize I was Caribbean, it was more like, oh, you must listen to this, or you must be listening to that.
yeah.
Like they me expect me to just know every soca album out there in existence, but like I'm not gonna know that. But yeah, nonetheless. So from there, it was weird. I felt really trapped in that, and like anything that I thought was good, but didn't fall into that genre that I knew other people listened to.
Yeah,
I just want to talk about it. I would just ignore it, and that's kind of like how I took that mentality in junior high, especially in junior high. I really took it close to the vest on there, and then because like hell, no one watched any of the shows I watched either. Like I couldn't talk about that '70s show with people in junior high because no one in my class knew what that was.
I
No
knew what
one
it
around.
was. I just never watched it.
Yeah, I watched it a lot. Couldn't talk about it with anyone at
But I
all.
did know a lot of people who did watch it though. So I mean, I did watch a couple episodes, but like I knew people who did watch the show.
Yeah, it's just like around here it wasn't anything that clicked, so
Yeah,
it
it
just
definitely
wouldn't
wasn't
work.
them shows that would click in like certain environments.
Yeah, essentially. So like that's like one of the things there that I noticed. So, mm,
Yeah,
but like from high school, it was a lot better. It was a lot better at that point, but
yeah, because as a
like
kid, like kids are very judgmental,
extremely
and
judgmental.
and they have no filter.
Extremely judgmental.
So kids
Absolutely not.
kids are judgmental and have no filter, and like as a kid yourself, you just trying to like find like some place to be accepted, some common ground. You don't really want to rock the boat as much because you don't
Hmm.
really, honestly, you don't really know who the hell you are yet. And like these peers are like kind of shaping you in your world, and you don't really have the sense of to like combat that yet. So
Yeah, essentially.
a lot of times you keep the things that you enjoy to yourself if you know the majority doesn't enjoy it. So I feel like it's kind of like the same with me. Like I kept a lot of my music preferences to myself. It's like I don't just like in middle school I didn't just go out and say, "Oh, I'm listening to this Taylor Swift right now." Like that who like I'm going to get flamed. Like I'm not but I listen even back then I listened to a lot of different types of music like and then like as you grow up you start to realize like um it's what I like, so who really cares? and
Hmm.
and then
Exactly.
and then
That's the main.
more people start to have your mindset, so no one's really like judging you on it as much.
Yeah, because I guess when you realize like you've grown at a certain point where like this is what's around. This is what surrounds you now, as
Yeah,
opposed to like before where no one really was at that aptitude to really like grasp what was going on. So like it kind of just like it just fell down to where what they're surrounded by, immediately surrounded by, and that's exactly what that environment was. It
yeah.
was it
What
was
surrounds
just
you shouldn't really define you.
yeah. So like we don't learn that till like later on, and no,
Yeah,
that's why it's generally everything's generally better when you grow up.
yeah,
That's kind of how
definitely.
that works. Like things just get better. Just like at a young age, things are just gonna be incredibly rough because no one knows anything.
One thing never really changed for me though when I grew up with music. This one particular music that I just can't get, can't stand really.
Oh well,
Inspirational music, like
it's right.
them upbeats, like happy songs, like giving a message or something. I for some reason I
Hmm.
just don't like 'em. Like, I never could stand them. It's like that Pharrell happy song. I'm here like, oh my god,
Oh, you
shut
don't
up.
you don't feel like motivated with like the Rock's rap that came out. It's about drive. It's about power.
Listen, that was fire. The Rock did what he had to do on that song.
It's just so random. It is so
The
random.
Rock does what he wants now. If he want to drop a rap album, The Rock can do it, and everyone will listen.
Oh my gosh, that was just different. But
Yeah,
yeah, like music like that is like what I mean. Inspirational music, like it's meant to do the same thing as music does. Like just hit a certain mood point or be
yeah.
uplifting and stuff. And there's like plenty of songs out there or like musical scores that have been made where they're meant to be uplifting, inspirational,
What uplifts
wondrous.
me more, honestly, would be like some type of classical music or some type of score for a game. Honestly,
I mean, no, I can understand that. I can
like
understand.
I like music, like up inspirational music without words does better for me than if someone put lyrics to it.
So you feel better if like if the score in itself was actually centered on something else that actually took place, like for a scene per se, like it was actually designed for a scene,
I think so, yes, because I'm getting like kind of the visual with the score, and it's making me like feel something for it,
as
or
opposed to like
even like if the music is just by itself, like just
okay,
classical music by itself, I can
yeah,
imagine for myself what I want to feel, and that works better for me than someone
yeah.
singing lyrics to me and like kind of trying to shape what I want to feel. Like,
Hmm.
oh, cause I'm happy. I'm here like, no, I'm not. I'm not happy. Even if I am happy, now you just told me to be happy. Now I'm not happy.
So the
Call
same
me
wouldn't work
petty,
for you.
but
Wait, so the same wouldn't work for you if it was like, let's say like again like just like music that just created like just with the intention of being uplifting, but there was nothing like set behind it. Like it wasn't like a musical score from a show or anything. it was just made with that intent in mind. You couldn't really get behind it, or
Not, I don't think so. It's just like it just never did anything for me. I just always hated that style of music. Like
mm,
something that was supposed to be inspirational. For some reason my mind just clicks off and it's like this is trash, and it's like
okay.
and like it's like I'd listen to the song. It was just like it just doesn't make me feel anything. If music or anything doesn't really make me feel anything, it shuts me off.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
And the inspirational music is just that thing that just doesn't make me feel anything.
Mm,
But
okay.
I can listen to a whole rock song that wasn't supposed to be inspirational at all, and
Hmm.
I'm behind the lyrics 100%. Like like this song was not supposed to be inspirational, but it done inspired me to do something.
Yo, it's funny. It's funny about like how music make you feel. Like this reminds me of a song by Nickelback that for a good while
Look at
I
this
was I,
photograph.
I was like, no, not that.
I know.
But this one song, I was thoroughly convinced it was bad luck, and to listen to it would just ensure that something will happen
Wait,
to
what
you,
song
like,
was bad luck?
negatively. It was feeling way too damn good by Nickelback.
Oh no.
Yeah, like it's supposed to
I gotta
be like
listen
a
to
nice
it.
song. It's supposed to be a nice song and it's cool, but it's just like legit after listening to that song, I remember I failed exams. I like I fell that day, like the next day or something like that. Like for a good while, I would skip that song
It
when it came
became
on
bad
my
luck
playlist.
for you.
Y- Yeah, like I would just intentionally skip the song eventually because it
Damn.
was just it felt too coincidental for shit to actually go wrong. Like it's like, oh, but son's gotta go wrong because I'm feeling way too damn good. And then sure enough, the next day something goes wrong. Like
Listen, if this happened over multiple times, then yes, it's best to stay away from it.
like I have listened to the song afterwards, like years after. I have listened to it,
Did
and
something
I
go
was fine.
wrong?
No, 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 no. I was actually good. I was intact. I was good. I
do
was healthy.
not do not play the song while you drive it.
No, I'm not.
Just
Not
skip
at all.
it.
No.
Not today.
Right. Like it's just one of those songs that like it. I'm not gonna lie, but for a good while it just creeped me the fuck out. Couldn't do it. Couldn't keep it on play. Now I'm kind of okay. Just I listen to it seldomly.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta look behind your back before you play it.
Yeah.
Put some salt on your shoulder. A
Oh
little
boy.
sprinkle there, a little sprinkle there.
It was
Alright.
just
I guess I can listen to it now.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, just be
Oh
very careful.
man. Music is crazy. A lot of like music has shaped the way a whole game is made.
Hmm. Like
Could make or break a
you
game,
said,
honestly.
well, for me, I think it's hard to really go about that because like for music in games, I've paid attention to it, but not
it, de-
not strongly.
it depends on the game.
Yeah,
That's what I would say. Like if I'm playing Call of Duty, I don't give a damn what music is playing.
I think
that's,
the
that's not what
only
I'm here
game
for.
I think the only game I've actually paid attention to would be Final Fantasy X too. That was the only yeah, that's the only video game I can say like I've actually paid attention to the music.
Yeah, because music is very big in like RPGs type of games or like puzzle games.
Yeah.
Music is very important, I would say. Like games that's games that is not like I would say simplistic in a sense.
Hmm.
like if you're like or games that are like or games that is like easy that you're playing, but like you would want to like listen to something like
Mhm.
and if that song isn't like matching what's being played on the game, it kind of throws you off, honestly.
Yeah.
Like say if I'm playing like a simple brick breaker game
Yeah.
and the music in the background is just something weird. I'm turning the game off. Like, like why am I listening to this? Like,
Can't.
I'm not listening to this music. Like a lot, like there has been a few games. I can't really remember, like, but I know there's been a few games where like I just turn the music off completely because it's just like, stop, please. I know, like Madden and 2K, they're big on their soundtracks and like what artists they get for their games.
Hmm.
There's been a lot of times where like they add an artist onto the game. I was like I go to the radio immediately and turn that song off because whenever the song
Oh,
comes on, it just pisses me off to play the game. I'm like, nope, I'm turning this song off. This artist sucks. I'm
oh,
not
jeez.
doing this. I'm not spending. I'm not wait. Like I'm not. I didn't spend $60 to listen to this trash.
Oh,
That's how I
mm-mm.
be feeling sometimes.
No, I can't be doing that. I don't know. Like it's cause like for me, just like a music doesn't like for a video game, it doesn't make or break it for me ever. Like except with just that one game in particular, like it just doesn't do it. I don't know. Like I guess like for me, I just sound it out. I silence it out so quickly. It's not
Yeah,
even funny.
yeah, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure you like some people. Like it doesn't make or break a game, but like I know a lot. I know. Well, I won't say a lot of people, but I do know people where like a soundtrack is important. Like
Oh yeah, for
and
definitely.
they
Yeah.
and they'll talk about that soundtrack for years. It's like, oh my god, this
Mhm.
game had an amazing soundtrack. Sometimes I'd be like, I don't really care, but I'm glad that makes you happy.
Yeah. If you hear
And but
about people
then,
how they talk about Uncharted,
oh,
definitely.
but
Yeah.
there's some games like that for me. Like, oh my god, I love the soundtrack for this game. It all
Hmm.
depends on like, I feel like I feel like it's very important. Those soundtracks in games is very important for like when you're growing up and stuff because a lot of time music does stick with you through the years. So
Yeah.
when you hear the song again, it just takes you back to those days of playing that game and like the adventure you had on that game. So I
Yeah.
think that's why like soundtracks is very important to like a game.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Like just the other day, like my friend had brought up like had sent me a song about a song that was like in one of the old 2Ks and he was like and then that guy's reminiscing about the game because it was a good song. And I even forgot about the song. I'm like, oh my god, this song! I used to play this all the time. And a lot of times, like in games like 2K and Madden, like when the song comes on, like that kind of like if this is like a song before the game I'm about to play, if it's a good song, it kind of gets me hyped to play it. Yeah, it gets me hyped to play the game. Like I'm about to crack you now. Like my song just came on. Like
Uh-oh.
sometimes it has that effect on me.
Oh boy. Mm-mm. I can't. It's weird. Really is weird. I really because like I think the only other thing I do know where like I think the song true like the well not even the song but just like this overall theme was so important. Oh, what was the name of the game? Mm, I forget now. Great.
You don't
Last of Us.
remember? Oh,
Last
Last
of
of
Us.
Us? Oh, okay.
Yes. Last of Us. Yes. Like the mood was so important. So important. If you didn't remember that mood set, oh boy.
Damn.
Nah, like, 'cause, like that mood set was important. I'm glad it didn't mess up on like. Well, for me, both one and two were fine, but yeah, like I'm glad it didn't really full on like butcher like the feel of where you're supposed
Okay.
to sleep. Yeah,
Hmm. All right. Music, very important in a lot of aspects of life, honestly. You have
very
any
much.
final thoughts you want to give to people?
Hmm. Well, Let me see what really comes to mind. I mean, I would say honestly, we just proved again how much music like plays a big factor. It plays a big factor in our lives, on like how we like grow, how we function, and something to actually take seriously.
Yeah,
To
we
be
had like
honest, like
three different
ironically
topics in
enough.
this same one topic.
Yeah, like I didn't realize. Like if you're thinking about, like it's actually very serious. Like on how much it plays a role.
Yeah, I would just say, freaking, don't let anyone stifle you from like your music taste or anything. Like what you like, and music will like take you to places that you never even thought that you would get to. Like, just build your palette if you want to, or just enjoy what you want. But like, music will always be a factor in the world. Hell, even like someone who's deaf can like feel vibrations and enjoy music. So music will always be a big piece in people's lives.
Agreed. Yeah.
So why would you want to stifle that? Like, it's just music is a great thing. It could be therapeutic. It could be anything you want it to be. But I think that's a good place to end it.
I think so too. I can't top that now.
Dang, it was nice to be back though.
Yeah, it was a nice
We'll see
comeback
y'all in
segment.
another 2 months. Nah.
Oh my gosh! Now you jinxing us like the song now, right? Ah,
Well, anyway, it's your boy Dio,
it's your man Andre.
and we sign off on another one. Peace.
Later.